Hi everybody, it's Nikki here and welcome to today's video, which is my May update for Women Who Rock, which is a project pan created by Ruth, Kim and Cece, I do believe. Let me just check my notes. Yes, and it runs from the 26th of August from last year until the 26th of August this year. It will sadly not be coming back next year. So I've decided to do a thing. You'll see. So this is of course to rejoice and honour all of those amazing women who have stood up and made their voices be heard in a very masculine world. Yeah, I have discovered some amazing women. I did originally start this project pan with the intention of researching each of these women. Sadly, unfortunately, my mental health got in the way, and the last thing I want to do when my mental health is poor is having to do research and learning and stuff like that, because none of that information is retained. I mean, I have a poor memory as it is, but it's even worse when my mental health is bad. So I do have my fan on in the background, by the way, because it's getting really warm here in the UK right now. So I'm celebrating that by some very bright, colourful makeup today. Even I have on a pink lip, and that is not me, not generally, not a bright pink. Dark pink, yes. Like magenta, yes. Bright pink, no, not a lot. But anyway, we're doing it. I do have the products that I had from last month. Do I have anything rolling out? I don't have anything rolling out, but I do have some things rolling in. So let's go through all of the products that were already in the project pan. So first of all is my NARS Iron Lip Pencil in Do Me Baby. Look how small this little sucker is. Look at it, so tiny. So yeah, it's getting smaller. I kind of been using this like a lip liner for most of my makeup days. Not today, but it definitely is due another sharpen, but I figured that can be next month's update. But yeah, we're getting right down there now. This was brand new when I brought it in, and the goal is to finish it. I have used this a grand total of 17 times since I last updated you. Now I did miss last month's update, so this is 2 months worth of usage. So we've got to keep that in mind. So I've used it 17 times in the last 2 months, which is a lot. So no wonder it's going down. I do have my slipper paper for you. So last month not last month, 2 months ago, we were at the red line, and now all of this blue area is what I have used in the last 2 months. So I'm very, very excited for that. I really do see myself finishing this by the end of the project pan. So that is amazing, because that will be a lip product out of my collection this year, which we all know how long lip products tend to last. So that's that one. By the way, the weight of this, back in March, this weighed 6.46 grams, and it now weighs 5.4 grams. So yeah, it's lost a whole gram, 0.0506, sorry. So a lot of usage in the last month. The next item, I had this in for 10 uses or to finish. I've changed my mind. I've made my mind up, should I say, and I've now decided I want to keep this in until I finish it. It is my Clinique Moisture Surge Overnight Mask. So it looks like this, and I'm literally to there. Like, we have about that much left. I do use this as my night cream every time I do my skincare, so I'm just going to keep going. I reckon I could get this finished out. To be honest, I don't have many face creams anymore. I have a couple of face oils, So what I want to do is not purchase any more facial creams until I can use up some of my facial oils. Otherwise, they're never going to get used. So I do want to use this one up, and then I will use some of my facial oils. I'd rather use the oils on a night time because then they will have plenty of time to sink in before the morning when I put on my day cream on, rather than putting a facial oil on just before I do my makeup, because I don't want my makeup sliding around on a oiled face. So even though I do have really dry skin, so my skin would love a facial oil. But yeah, I did have this. I have used it 15 times. I'm gonna say that's wrong, because if I've worn makeup at least 17 times in the last 2 months, I've definitely used this as my night cream for most of those times. So every time I take my makeup off, I do my skincare basically. So back in March, this weighed 32.65 and it now weighs 21.62. So that tells you how much I have used. So that's going in the right direction. The next item is my single eyeshadow from Sample Beauty, which is this shade in Snazzy. Now, in the last 2 months, I have used this 3 out of the 5 times that I want to use it, and it has gone from 3.79 to 3.75. So not much use, but definitely now some disturbance in this side of the pan. Can you see that? It is a gorgeous shade. I absolutely love it. It is really vibrant, really pretty. I almost did it with this look today, but then decided not to. Don't know why. Don't know why I did that. I should have, but I wanted to go with the blues. I don't know why. So yeah, I should have done it today, but it's only got 2 more uses and then it can go back into my collection, so I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, no rush to really use those up. Next we have my Urban Decay Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator with medium coverage. I am in the shade 30 Light, and this is in for 10 uses, and I have currently used it 7 times this month, in the last 2 months anyway. I did not have a starting weight for this, but it does currently weigh 41.30 grams. I have been giving myself permission to wear this in the last couple of weeks, really. Generally, unless I'm going out of the house, I don't generally tend to wear my favourite foundations, and this is one of my favourite foundations. This one and the number 7 tinted moisturiser. Those are my 2 favourite foundations in my collection. And the reason why I only wear them when I leave the house is because I know and can guarantee that they will behave themselves when I'm out and about in public. The rest of my foundations, not so sure about. They kind of break down on my skin a bit quicker. I don't quite like the shade of them, or they're too light, too dark, or I just feel like they're a bit too full coverage for when I'm out and about. When I'm outside of the house, I don't like full coverage foundation. I feel like I have to babysit it more. So I don't wear this often when I'm just filming or mooching about the house. But I've been giving myself permission to do that recently because I do like it and I do want to use it. And so I've been giving myself permission to use it more often. So yeah, so this has had 7 out of the 10 uses. So just 3 more to go. And then the last item I had in so far was the Mavala Pure Diamond Nail Polish. We are down to half a bottle now. And this has only been used once in the last, is that right? Did I use it again? I'm sure I used this twice. Once as an accent nail, and then once in the anyway, we're going to go with what's in my book. I've only used it once apparently. Again, no starting weight for this, but I weighed it today and it weighs 25.72. Most of that is the bottle. So 4 more uses to go on this before that one can roll out, but it's okay because I bought another bottle because I love it so much. It's beautiful. It's like crushed diamonds on my nails. So, moving on. We only have a few months left of this project. So we have June, July and the finale in August. That's 3 months left. And I haven't done all of the women in this project. I haven't done their prompts yet. So call me crazy, call me weird, call me silly and stupid and all of those things. Maybe not stupid. My husband hates it when I call myself stupid. But I'm going to pull all of the prompts in for all the rest of the ladies. So let's go for it. By the way, the NARS pencil was in for Spice Girls. The Clinique Moisture Surge was in for Sacagawea. The Sample Beauty eyeshadow was in for Katy Perry. The Urban Decay tinted moisturizer, whatever it's called, was in for Martina McBride. And the Mavala Diamonds Pure Diamond nail polish was in for Helen Reddy. So let's go in now. So the next person I want to bring in is Christa McAuliffe, I believe. And the prompt for that is a product that rose to the occasion. So I went with the literal name of it, Rose. Tea Rose, as in the elf lippy stick in Tea Rose. So here it is. I have this much left. This is a beautiful colour. I would say that this is one of my favourite shades of lipstick, but to be honest, I haven't worn this shade for ages. So that's the shade of it there. I am bringing it in for just 5 uses. I do have a lot of lip products in project pans at the moment, so 5 uses. It will still take me some time, and it currently weighs 13.51 grams. So that's in for Christa McAuliffe. The next person is Rachel Platten, a product you have to fight to open or use up. And so for that one, I've picked a new product to my collection. It is the Revolution, Revolution Ultra Cream Bronzer in Light. So I've heard a lot of people talking about these Revolution bronzers, and as you can see, it's a bit of a fight to open. So there it is. I have not used this yet, only swatched it. But there's a swatch of it. So it does look really light. I'm new to cream cream bronzers. So we're gonna have a play and see if I like it. So this is in for 20 uses because it is a bronzer. I don't have many bronzers in project pans, so it can get used more often. So 20 uses on that one. The next person I'm bringing in is Rosa Parks. I do know Rosa Parks was a black woman who sat in the seats on the white section of the bus all them years ago when they were stupid and thought to segregate the whites and the blacks. And when a white person, or she was sat in the black section, but a white person got on the bus and they wanted to sit down. So the bus driver tried to get Rosa Parks to move out of her seat to give priority to the white person, and Rosa Parks refused. Good on you, woman. Tell him no. Tell him to sod off. So for that, we need a stand-up product. Racism, I hate it. It's one of those things that really gets my goat. We're all human. It doesn't matter what colour we are. It really gets me. Like, anyway, so I thought of a product that I like to have standing up in my drawers and things like that, I prefer to have them standing up. Unfortunately, I have to line them down in my drawers because I need the deeper drawers for other products. But I'm talking of a foundation. I like to have them standing up so that I can see how much I have left. I think in this one I have used about that much. So we're to here on this bottle. So it is my Maybelline Superstay 24-hour full coverage foundation in nude beige, and this is one of those foundations that is not one of my favorites because it is full coverage, and to be honest it's slightly dark for me, but we are coming into some summer months. I might get a little bit of a tan, you never know. So I'm gonna see if I can get some use out of it because I do really need to start using this up. This is one of my oldest foundations in my collection. So this is coming in for 10 uses, and the current weight on it is 102.51 grams. The next item is Princess Diana, and of course I know Princess Diana. I remember I was in bed and my uncle came running up to my bedroom to tell me to get out of bed. Princess Diana has died. And I was like, what? Pardon? Who? What? Of course I knew who Princess Diana was. But like it had happened overnight, and obviously my uncle thought I should be up and watching the news about it. So that's where I was when I got the news of Princess Diana's untimely death. So something tough but beautiful. So for this I went with a MAC liquid lipstick in The Best Gift Is Me. And I think the way I linked this is that it's tough to use up liquid lipsticks. So that's how I've linked it to tough but beautiful. So this is a gorgeous shade, absolutely stunning. Give you a swatch. So there it is there. Really nice. Again, I thought it would be great for the summer months. So this is coming in for 5 uses with a current starting point of 26.4 grams. The next lady I'm bringing in is Madeleine Albright. Sadly, I do not know who she is, but I will be researching all of these women in my own time as well. So a product wanting to be noticed. So for that, I'm going to bring in an eyeshadow palette that I bought ages ago. It's so pretty, it's so gorgeous, and yet I have never ever used it. And that is this MAC palette. Actually, this has just reminded me I already own a MAC palette, and I've been looking at some new MAC palettes that have recently been released, and I really shouldn't buy them until I've used this one. So this is from the bold, what collection was it? I Love Surprises eyeshadow palette in bold bows. So it looks like this, and then it's got a little bow on it. Look, this, I think this was a Christmas collection or something. But these are the colours. So again, very bright, nice, colourful for summer. And so I want to use this 5 times. I have a lot of eyeshadows in a lot of project pans. I keep saying it. My fault, because I said I didn't want to take part in a lot of project pans this year, and then proceeded to take part in a lot of project pans. So 5 uses, and the starting weight is 151.74 grams. So 5 uses on that one. The next lady that we're bringing in is Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Again, sadly, I don't know what she's famous for, but it is to use a 9-pan palette 9 times. So I am going to bring in this I Heart Revolution Mermaid palette, and guesses why I bought this one. So here it is. This is what this palette looks like. I will say this is my favourite colour in the whole palette. How weird is that? You'd think it would be the greens because I love greens, but no, this shade is absolutely stunning. It's such a really nice sort of, you can't see it in a swatch, but it's such a great transition colour. Don't know if you can see that or not. but it's such a gorgeous transition colour in the crease. It's just stunning. But yeah, I am going to be using that palette 9 times. So that's that one. Oh, and the starting weight for this one, by the way, is 56.69 grams. And our last product to bring in for our last lady is Serena Williams. And of course I know who Serena Williams is. She's a tennis player who is famous for also having her sister as a tennis player as well. And the prompt for this is something I used to hate but learned to love. And that's got to be lip glosses. I used to hate lip glosses because my hair would always get stuck in the lip gloss, and it was just something that I just thought was pointless. However, nowadays I generally tend to wear my hair up in a ponytail, and so my hair doesn't get caught in my lip glosses anymore. But also as well is I've started to use lip glosses instead of lip balms, and I find that generally my lips feel nicer when I use a lip gloss than if I use a lip balm. Also as well, I have a habit of biting my lips, so having a lip gloss on my lips stops me from doing that. So this is in to finish because it's been laid down, but it is already only half full. Can you see the window in there? So it is only half full, as I did have this in Shop My Stash recently. So this is in to finish, and its starting weight is 16.36. So that is it. That is my update for May for Women Who Rock. Hopefully now that everybody's been brought in, I will get use on everything. So every woman will have had, you know, a product used for in their honor, in their memory kind of thing. So yeah, because I wish this was coming back for another year, but it's sadly not. For this video, please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.